crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
Hey there guys, this is me, Malorian, and this will be the second game of the Battle Ball Tournament. And crappy picture to start this off with, which is too bad because he has some really good looking models, but this is going to be my union up against some fishermen. And it's also going to be up against a guy named Wally. Now Wally came all the way in with his friend Dave from Lethbridge. That's a good 6-hour drive, so hats off to them for coming in. We'll talk more about that later, but yeah, this will be against fishermen. Haven't faced them in a long time, pretty much back when my brother played and got me into the game and then he chickened out. That's the last time I played against fishermen, so back then I knew that I kind of get into them, beat them up, and they try and dance around me, but I just keep on beating them up. And so I'm hoping that's what happens here. This is more going with my variant that is more combat based, so he won the roll-off. He wanted me to kick to him. I kicked it off here to the left, and we'll see if we're going to have like a little Fangtooth fight here, because we actually both have Fangtooth. So his first activation here is Sakana, just coming over here to get the ball. My first activation is I just want to kind of like delay, so I have Greed, who just goes backwards. Next thing he does is pretty much the same thing, where he just has Salt move a little tiny bit. My next thing now is just trying to get Avarice, just a little bit farther up there. His thing, Angel, goes off here to the right. My next thing is now I'm going with Coin and putting up the bag of coffers onto Gutter for the extra influence and the free bonus time. Then he's going to start moving up here with Fangtooth. And now this could be a little bit of a trouble. Now Fangtooth has this little aura where if you're within 3 inches, it's difficult terrain, and you just lose 2 inches. So this is going to give him a little bit more cover, because whereas Gutter can normally go anywhere she wants and wants to attack anything, now Fangtooth is in a great spot to be protecting everyone else. So I might just want to be going up against Fangtooth. So my next thing I do is I come up here with Rage and put Tune Up on, or Tooled Up onto Gutter to get her just, you know, some extra damage. Next thing he does is brings over Grayscales here. So Grayscales, this is an interesting thing that he brought here. He has the ability where if you go by him, he can move away the 2 inches. And so maybe what I can actually do is move Gutter over to him. And then if he moves, if I'm base to base, I'll still be within him. And I can just start attacking him and hitting him and the other guy. It could actually work out very well. Next thing I do though is I just kind of move up my own Fangtooth. Then what he does is comes over here and has a neat little thing he does with Shark. So Shark does a thing where comes over with the ball and it's like, you pass to me, I pass back to you. I don't really understand it. It's fisherman magic, but yeah, clearly he's going to be having a little go at the left side of the ball here to try and get his first goal. So I missed a couple of activation pictures here, but basically he's done and I'm down to my last 2. I first come up here with Blackheart and he gets in there trying to make things a mess. He's going to be moving away with Grayscales, and I believe when I came in there, like, I want to hit the Fat Man Fangtooth once to get rid of his Gluttonous Mass, because he ignores the first hit. So I got in there, I got up the Commanding Aura, did a little bit of initial damage, and then Gutter came around, and even though I would like to try and go after Grayscales as well, I decided to go all in on Fangtooth to really try and mess him up. And so he survives, but he is really beat up. I can't remember if he has like 2 boxes left or something like that, but so no takeout here, but I have a ton of momentum, and Fangtooth is almost down, which means with me probably going first next round, he's, yeah, going to be in trouble. So as it turns out, this is going to be the end of the round 1 picture, and currently it is 0-0, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to be going first here. I know he has all that going on the left. I'm pretty sure he's going to score, but what I want to do here is I want to finish off Fangtooth and get over to Angel, and really just start those takeouts. So that's going to be my first one here then. I'm going to be first attacking Fangtooth with my good old Blackheart. I'm going to be popping my Legendary while I'm over there, giving all these guys +1 defense. And then after I finish off Fangtooth, I'm going to be moving over here to Angel, beating her up, not doing like tons and tons of damage, maybe like half of her boxes, getting off Commanding Aura, and really just setting it up so that Gutter can get there after. So his next thing he's going to do is he's going to be coming down here with Sakana. Now, actually, he was pretty sure he was going to be able to come in here and get a goal, and he had pretty much just the perfect movement to do it. However, the thing that screwed him over was actually that Fangtooth positioning. I wish I could say it was like my master plan, and I did this on purpose, but for him to get where he needed to shoot, he would come into that 3-inch aura of Fangtooth, lose 2 inches, and can't really get to where he needed to be. So instead, whereas he could be right now getting 4 points and a goal, he's going to have to lose another turn just running down here. So after that, I decided to go with Gutter. We had to measure some things out here to see if I could actually charge over and not take a parting blow from Grayscales, but it did turn out okay. So I come over here with Gutter, take out Angel, and all of a sudden it's 4-0, and looking pretty good. But again, Fisherman can get some goals pretty quick, so it's not over yet. Next up is going to be Grayscales, who's going to be moving here more to the left. I'm just going to be kind of starting to run away here with Little Greed. He's going to just move around a little bit with Otter. And Otter, you know, I know he's like beloved and all that stuff, and if I kill him, his guys get better and stuff like that, but I don't care. You know, for me going for takeouts, if Salt's around here, I'm going to go for him. So otherwise, I start moving over Avarice. Otherwise, he comes down here now with Shark, and Shark does his little ability to, like, whatever somebody moves 4 inches. So moving down Sakana even farther. Like, Sakana is definitely getting a goal next turn. I cannot stop that. But, hey, it's something that's going to happen when you're up against Fishermen. Otherwise, you got Fangtooth slowly making his way over. Rage making his way over. And also being in a threatening spot there to take out Salt. And otherwise, Snake moving over. And that's that. So this is the end of round 2. It's going to be currently at this point 4-0, and really all I want to do is keep on killing guys. Now, he brings on Fangtooth, because Fangtooth, even when coming back on, still has 10 boxes, so not too bad. He decides to leave Angel off the board. I think that's kind of a mistake, because the reasoning was that he didn't want her just to die again and give more points, but then he also didn't get the influence, and if he would have put Angel like far on the left side, then she would have been totally fine. But one of the things that turned out that he was not aware of is that when they come back on, they can be all the way from the back board edge, also on the side going up to your deployment line. So he thought he was going to be a little bit more restricted than he was actually, but he actually decides to leave Angel off. So anyway, my plan for here is I put some on Fangtooth so he can beat guys up if somebody gets close. Rage has one because he's going to be charging in. Depending if something's over here, I put one in Avarice as well. That's probably going to be more just trying to run into position. I also got to realize, like, if he's going to be scoring on me, it might be a thing where I'll kick it back up and I'll just try and score right in reply, right? So that's why I have a little bit more focus spread out so that if that does happen, I have some models to scoop it up and pass it up. But otherwise, yeah, just pretty much looking at Salt and maybe getting a goal this turn. So like I said, I get to go first, and I say, screw it, Salt, you're going down. So I charge in here with Rage. Rage easily kills the little Otter, and it's 6-0. Then on his turn, I mean, he's been waiting for this all game. Sakana finally comes down here, takes a shot, doesn't boost it, and he misses. So, by the way, the reason why he has the momentum to shoot this, I forgot to say that, but when I took out Salt, he played the card where he got 1 momentum, so he couldn't even boost it if he wanted to. He only had the 1 momentum, I believe. But anyway, he misses the shot here. The way it scatters, it actually stays right there, but kind of heartbreaking for him that he did all this waiting to get here, and nothing. So, still 6-0. Otherwise, Greed running away. And then finally he comes in here with Shark and says, screw this, I'm going to get this done. And Shark is able to kick it in and score a point for him, making it 6-4. And after that happens, I kind of boot it out to there. I got a few models that could pick it up and pass it, and not really feeling too bad. I mean, Shark's also a thing where Fishermen don't really kill a lot, but Shark can kill off Greed easily. It can also kill off Coin, so I do have to watch for that too. So anyway, to scoop up the ball, I have Coin come down, do Bag of Coffers to himself, and then use that influence and the bonus time to pass it to Gutter. For him, he's just kind of like moving away with Fangtooth. For my part, this was stupid. On Fangtooth mine, I gave him 3 influence, and so he runs over here to Grayscales. He backs away, but I mean, why did I have 3 focus on him, 3 influence? He was not going to do anything with it. So a little bit of wasted, but hey, at this point here where I'm trying to set up a goal, I just wanted Grayscales to go away anyway, so this isn't really a bad thing. Otherwise, Grayscales just kind of moves around. And then for me, I come in here and I go for the goal. So Gutter, who has the ball, just comes up, kicks it in the net, and all of a sudden it's 10-4, so looking pretty good, and he sends it over there to Grayscales. Otherwise, I'm just starting to try and get guys over here, so Avarice runs over, and also Blackheart runs over. So this is going to be the end of round 3. It's currently 10-4, like I said, and pretty much I just need to get a takeout. So I'm probably going to be going up there up against Fangtooth. He's probably going to be the easiest one to get to, and he might be able to find a way to get another goal, but if I'm fast enough, I can get there first. So Fangtooth has a double problem. With 1, he's far away, and 2, he has that little 3-inch bubble of, you know, making things rough terrain or whatever. So, but Gutter is a perfect answer for that. I come up here outside of that range. I try and drag him in. Of course, the first one gets ignored with his Gluttonous Mass. Second one pulls him in, gets some attacks, gets some momentum. And now once I have the momentum, if I need to charge in somebody else, if they need to ignore that rough terrain, I can be using one of those momentums to make it happen. So he's already a little bit softened up. Otherwise, Grayscales grabs the ball, passes it down here to Sakana. He was hoping to use the momentum to immediately take a shot, but unfortunately, to do that sort of snapshot, you have to have 2 momentum for it, and at this point from the pass, he only has the 1. But there's not going to be anything else because I charge in here with Rage. Rage takes out Fangtooth, and that's going to be it for the 12-4 victory. So, you know, fishermen do have a lot of tricks. There's a lot of things they can do. But man, when somebody has the real combat power just to slice them up, they start falling apart pretty quickly. You know, they don't got a lot of high defense or armor or anything like that. You know, they just don't really have the tech to deal with it. They're just hoping to have something like Fangtooth to hold things back long enough for them to get their 3 goals. But unfortunately here, it just wasn't enough, and I was able to cut my way through. But either way, guys, it was a lot of fun playing against Wally. Like I said, really awesome that he and Dave came all the way in from Lethbridge. And one of the other cool things I learned while playing against him is that they're actually going to be running a tournament here later in the year where it's like a big final event for their kind of like Journeyman League type thing. Plus, they're looking at running a regular other events for other people there too. And that could be amazing because they're actually holding it like this one here. I'm running out of a church hall. They're going to be running it out of a beer house, a brewery. And so that would be amazing. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Driving up and returning the favor, doing the 6-hour drive, and it should be lots of fun. So great to meet new people, great to face, like, you know, fishermen again, and yeah, it was lots of fun. So if you guys have any comments on the game or anything like that, please put it down below. But we have one more game coming up, and it's going to be a doozy. So catch you then. Bye.